to Nürburgring and back with the Aventime because I like the car so much and surprised me so much that I'm going to give it another go. Now that I know the car a bit better, I'm actually going to do 5 laps. So yeah, usual settings. Always, whenever you see a YouTuber, Gran Turismo 7, set up a race like this, always check this setting, okay? Very important. I've seen some top level YouTubers using low, which makes it much easier when you go off the track. So last time what I noticed was that on the top straight I really have to start memorizing names of places on the Nürburgring, but on the main straight it was only maxing out in fifth, so which means that gearing is too high, so going to lower it a bit. I say 250, and let's see how that works. All the other settings are as I had them last time, and they're working well, so I'll leave them. Yeah, I'm I'm pretty sure there's some further tuning I can do here, but I'll leave them as it is for now because I like the way the car handles. Downforce worked well. I think I'll leave the downforce as is because if I could use more downforces in a number of places on the track, but I think then it will cut my top speeds. It will slow down the car, so I'll leave it as is. Without further ado, let's do it. I really like the throw of cars that Gran Turismo thinks are adequate for fighting the Aventime. McLaren 650S. Sound in the background is my dog playing with a toy. Good boy. Alright, 6 is usable here now. This is quite good actually. Yeah, too much. I need to brake more to that for that corner. As I say, I could use more downforce, but then it would hurt my speed, so I'd rather keep it as is. GAC Maverick. Wow. My American car culture doesn't reach that far. can out-accelerate a 918 Spider. This feels unreal. I wonder if it's correct. Because unless the computer-controlled or PlayStation-controlled opponents that I'm racing against are not giving it the full throttle there, that's weird. Alright, this is a nearly 500 horsepower, 1200 kilos Renault Aventime, but still, seems unreal. Oof, okay. And the McLaren F1. Yeah, never ever in my life had I expected to overtake a McLaren F1 driving a Renault Aventime. That's the beauty of sim games, isn't it? Something that would never happen in the real world. Like a 500 horsepower Renault Aventime, for instance. Oof, this guy's still here. Oof. McLaren, come on. Honestly, I think... Actually, I don't have that car. It's crazy expensive, isn't it? But one day, I'll buy this car. And then, I'll set up a race here where I drive the McLaren against this Aventime and see what happens. I'm really curious, honestly. Carrera GT, yeah. It's mental. Absolutely mental. Carrera GT making way for the for the Aventine. Soccer mom is late for her drops. Yeah. Bye bye, Aventador. Thank you for recognizing my supreme speeds and moving out of the way. Very kind of you. All right. Ooh, incoming at full speed. Okay, you go. Yeah, not as fast as an Aventador, is it? Not on a straight line. Ooh. On the other hand, I never expected the Aventador to start braking that early. Come on. Seriously. A headland, man. Oh, this kind of into the hurricane. Hurricane. Right. Was that one, wasn't it? Yeah. Had to be. Fast on a straight line you are. And on the straight line I go. Alright. So much for my chances of a clean lap. Well, it wasn't clean anyway. I've been bumping against the Porsche. Right? You're going right? Okay. Thank you. What about you? Are you going right? No, you're just going away. Okay. Honestly. Seriously. Okay. Yeah. It's braking on this corner. Wow. Man, come on, please. Thanks. No, you stay there now. Yeehaw, says the McLaren. settled. Get in there. That could do that. Could have done the last corner a bit faster. The gearing is still too high, I think. Yeah. I don't know, I set it to 250 and it's doing 270. That's strange. I think it changes depending on the cars. Maybe it's about right, I don't know. A bit too much, but made it. Limit there. No. Car was too light in there. Oh, get out of the way before they come. Go, McLaren. Go. Good boy. Can you go without braking so much in front of me? That would be so nice. Sorry. Sorry, I did my best, but couldn't help it. did that a little bit. Here they come, fast and furious, until this turn, I guess. Yep. They're definitely not going flat through these corners. They catch up so quickly when it straightens up. Look at that. Can't stop feeling amazed by this. I know it's highly tuned, but come on, this is a Renault Avantime or Aventine. It's French, n'est-ce pas? I wonder what's the correct spelling, pronunciation. Still struggling in that section. I'll figure out the ideal way to do it. That was interesting. I want to watch that on the replay. Oops. Camera button. Rear mirror button, not downshift button. Here they come, fast and furious. Looks like the Porsche. Was it the Porsche? McLaren? No, it was a McLaren and... well, I can't remember. But the blue is a Porsche, wasn't it? I don't know. Bit more in control this time, but I think that was faster than this last turn. Yeah. 7:15, not great. But now I have the track all for myself. Which might be dangerous. Yes, it was dangerous. Yeah, it's 4-wheel drive. Forget that. Should have pulled the handbrake. I'm so used to driving rear-wheel drive cars that I just rely on spinning the wheels to turn it around, and I cannot do it here. So, not Another non-clean lap. A lot of time lost there. And almost lost it again. Why so serious? Are so slow in these case? What happens? I wonder. Taking a break? COVID break? Terrible trajectory, but alright. Oops. Didn't know what was happening. Well, was this reality? This would have been the broken engine, most likely. I'm braking too soon in there. That was terrible. The castle. Can see it. Oh, can see it much better with this car because I'm sitting much higher than usual. And with all the creature comforts, good soundproofing. Well, soundproofing was okay until they stuck this racing exhaust and stuff, isn't it? Oh yeah. Lovely people carrier. On steroids. Better, but still not happy. Actually, I think I've done better in a also non-clean lap, but just not as bad as that crash on the previous one. So my first time on the Nürburgring with this car, where I did 3 laps. I think my last lap was faster than that, 7:05 or 7:08. So I would really like to do a sub-7 time, which I'm absolutely sure is possible with this car. I think in the right hands, it's probably good at the moment for like 6:30, maybe even less. I don't know. If I had to bet, I would say at least 6:40, probably 6:30. Okay. Really well, damage is not on. Not sure the car will have survived that. This corner is one of my worst, I think. I'm doing it way slower than it can be done. This one is not pretty either, but I think I'm even worse than the other one. Come on. Oh. Focus, focus, focus. Right. Much better. That's a sub-7 time if I get it right. Come on. Focused, focused. This is the moment where everything gets decided. I could use it. I'm going to try to attack it. Come on. Nice and tight. Nicely done. Not perfect, but I'm happy. Ha! 657. Nice. Very happy with that. Sub 7 seconds, the sub 7 minutes time on the Nürburgring is always a good thing, isn't it? Right. Not the fastest lap though. So, fastest lap was by M. Mauer on the F8. Ah, the F8. So the F8 was in the back. I'm very confused. Huh. Because I remember one of the McLarens was in second at some point. Well, I think it will all become clear once I watch the replay. I think I had a clean drive bonus. 250, I think that's the bonus. Nice. To be fair, I was trying to be careful, but yeah. Right, so save the replay. I'm going for a little break. I'll leave you with this replay. Okay, let's take it from the top. And I'm back. Watching the replay, I can't help but feeling severely impressed by how good Gran Turismo looks on the PlayStation. One thing I've noticed though is that I think the videos are coming out too bright when I upload them to YouTube. I wonder if it's because in my TV I have HDR, and then the videos are not exported with HDR. I wonder. It's just bonkers, right? Comes this Aventime, all scratched, bumped up, followed by a Corvette C7 and a 918 Spider. God, I love sim games. Up towards the carousel. Getting there. I think my carousel intro technique is quite good at the moment. I think I've managed to time the moment to turn into the carousel and to brake. So that one's kind of sorted.